Good morning, Zio here, and today we're going to go back to the wonderful world of RuneScape, because apparently there is a possible data breach that has happened, and so far there's not really a whole lot, nothing mentioned on it, I guess. I mean, there's this Reddit thread that I'm looking at right now, but other than that, we're going to go ahead and just hop on into it. So this thread appeared several days ago, about a week ago, a little over a week ago at this point, sorry. But apparently there had been multiple instances of people receiving emails, right? Emails for passwords resets and other stuff. And we talked about a possible data breach back in, like, I think it was 2018 or 17 or something, briefly. I don't remember how much we got into it at one point in time. If you've been following the RuneScape stuff, I've done a few videos on it. There's a playlist out there if you want to go take a look at all the information we've talked about up to this point. In fact, if I can remember to, maybe I'll put that in the description somewhere for you to take a look at or whatnot. But this one is pretty big. I've been looking into some data breaches with, Jagex and stuff, of course, among other things, because we did talk about some login hacks that were possible, among other things. Went over some stories of people who were falsely banned from RuneScape, among other stuff. And that first RuneScape video I did has done quite a bit. It's somewhat divisive if you go into the comment section and see people arguing back and forth about stuff, because some people make compelling points on both sides, but at the same time, you know what, that we'll leave that discussion over there for the time being. But anyway, there's been multiple posts on Reddit apparently about people getting email resets, and the mods have, of course, responded saying that they are investigating the possible issues, but what you need to do is to secure your account. Anyway, that's pretty much their thing right now, is to secure your account, and this was sent to me, so I just want to play that little bit real quick about what the mods have apparently told players. And this is I think this is somebody who I guess does a lot of RuneScape stuff. I don't really know much about this person at all.
Everybody in their time playing it has at least been hacked one time. So when I received that email this morning telling me my account password has been requested for a change, I literally shit myself. But don't worry, boys, I went to Twitter, and you know what they told me? They told me to protect my account. Don't worry, boys, I wasn't actually hacked, but because of the database breach at Jagex, if I were you, make sure you go secure your accounts, make sure they're 2FA'd, and all that good jazz, which moves us on to our video spot. Anyway,
so that's a little bit concerning to hear another player actually say that everybody in their lifetime or thing could be hacked or something at one point in time, or a lot of people seem to get hacked. And I've dealt with hackers before, not on my stuff. I have seen it happen in real time to a friend of mine playing Diablo 2. Needless to say, he fell for the D&D D-score thing, or whatever it was called. It essentially Diablo 2 had a do not disturb mode that if you type /D&D and then anything preceding that would be a message that auto responds when somebody tries to whisper you. A lot of players didn't know that mode existed, so the crux of this hack essentially was to tell people, hey, have you heard of your D&D or your D2 score? Type in /D&D followed by your username and password, or your email and password or whatever, and it will shoot you back a score, and all this other stuff. A lot of people fell for it, including my friend, who got hacked in real time in front of me one morning as a result of it. And that's how I learned of the scam. But anyway, story time aside, I've never actually had any of my games hacked before, because I take careful. I take a lot of care in how I handle things. I do two-factor authentication stuff I mean, heck, my World of Warcraft has the authenticator, the original, actual, authenticator, right? That still is active to this day. Among other things, when I do play a game, if there's multiple ways to do authentication, I'll typically do that. So yeah, protecting yourself first and foremost, definitely a thing to do. And that was a Google search page that I forgot I had left up looking for stuff. But there has been a data breach of some kind out there. We talked about how a Jagex employee had been stealing from other players, right? In-game gold, among other stuff, at one point in time. But we've got this here, right? Yeah, insider threat in Jagex. More than $400,000 worth of gold was hacked, including full recovery details leaked with credit card information in this GDPR breach. I'll link this down in the description down below. But players have had their information stolen, including credit card information from one or more employees at Jagex. But anyway, so this will be linked in the description down below. And of course, this here is another thing that I ran across. Over 2.2 million users of currency and gaming sites were dumped online. And why this is a bit more concerning is when you type in RuneScape in the Finder thing to find yourself the word RuneScape in here, because apparently it does get a mention out of the information that was dumped, right? For personal information for as many as 1.4 million accounts from GateHub, cryptocurrency wallet service. The others contain data for about 800,000 accounts on RuneScape. Bot provider Epic Bot. I'm not sure what that is, other than the fact that it's apparently a bot provider. And RuneScape does apparently have a problem with bots, which is why you have a lot of false banning, is because they'll find a cluster of bots and ban people in the area, whether they're legit botting or not. They just look like they might be botting because maybe they have multiple accounts running, because there are a lot of people who run multi-accounts at the same time. And they do this Alt-Tab thing to sort of tab and queue up actions in multiple clients at once. But anyway, the data breach includes registered email addresses and passwords that were cryptographically hashed with BitCrypt, a function that among the hardest to crack. The person posting the 3.72 gigabyte GateHub database said it also included two-factor authentication keys, the numeric phrases and wallet hashes, although GitHub officials said an investigation suggests wallet hashes were not accessed. The Epic Bot data breach, meanwhile, purportedly included usernames and IP addresses. Hunt said he selected a representative sample of accounts from both databases to verify they authenticated the data. All the email addresses he checked were registered to accounts on the two sites. So if you're part of that 800,000, protect yourself. That's all I've got to say on that. One, you're not supposed to be botting anyway. Whether or not they got other information from other sources, I'm not 100% sure. But, there has been employees who have been doing things recently. You've got this right here that is actually fairly recent too. This was back in March. And I think my first videos were back about a month after this had happened. So, I hadn't actually been looking into this stuff yet, and I was looking into other stuff at the time. So I'm pretty sure I haven't talked about it at all yet. But, yeah, this is some information that is out there for you to take a look at. I suggest you do so and protect yourself. Do two-factor authentication if you can, and whatever else you need to. Make sure you're using different passwords for different things, not using the same password for your emails, for everything else, and keep yourself protected out there. Anyway, let me know what you think about all this down in the comments below, and I will talk to you later. See ya.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course, there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.